With the government shutdown still in progress, who is checking food safety regulations at the dining halls? More on that coming up.
And later, Kim Reynolds is being sworn in as the first woman governor in the history of the state of Iowa.
Jordan Bohannon has ice water in his veins, and I have a courtside show coming up for you in sports.
The coldest temperatures of the season may be on the way. Find out more in weather.
All that and more coming up on this Friday morning edition of DITV.
Don't go anywhere. DITV starts right now.
Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Sydney Zatz.
And I'm John Chenoweth. The Food and Drug Administration is no longer receiving federal funding due to the government shutdown. This has caused certain operations to be cut, which has raised concerns about the possible increase in foodborne illnesses. We have Daily Iowan reporter Josie Fischels live in the newsroom to talk about its impact on the university. Good morning.
Good morning.
How is the university dining halls being affected by the government shutdown?
Well, all food serving institutions are being affected by the FDA shutdown because employees or inspectors are either not working or working without pay. Because of this, it is a cause for concern for the UI dining halls. However, it does not mean that all institutions or agencies are nationally funded. So food still is being inspected. Manufacturing companies are still doing everything they can without inspectors around.
So have students voiced concerns regarding their food not being inspected?
A few students have voiced their concerns, but UI Dining Hall says there's nothing really to be concerned about, at least yet.
What are officials saying to students who are concerned?
Yeah, they're saying that dining hall employees have taken tests for food safety handling procedures, and they are all following those the same way that they always have.
Josie Fischels live in the newsroom. Thank you.
Governor Kim Reynolds will be sworn into office Friday morning at 9 a.m. in the Community Choice Credit Union Convention Center. The inauguration will be followed by an open house at Terrace Hill at noon and a reception in the Capitol Rotunda at 2 p.m. Governor Reynolds will be the first woman sworn into the governor position in Iowa history.
Have you ever wondered what kind of trees we have on campus? Well, now there's an app for that. The University of Iowa, along with the City of Iowa City, has developed an online database to track the growth of trees in Iowa City area. Within the past week, the Iowa City Parks and Recreation Department opened the Tree Plotter app for public use. The app allows users to look at the health, species, and ecological benefits of the individual trees in the city limits. City officials will also use the Tree Plotter app to assist them in keeping track of and treating trees with an emerald ash borer infestation. So Sydney, obviously we're going to get quite a bit of snow tonight. My car's parked outside. Probably going to have to dig out the shovel tomorrow morning. Not really excited.
If you want to dig out mine, I won't say no. You know, it might be a good weekend to stay in, watch some movies, but to tell us more what we can be expecting, we have Dylan in the weather studio with more. Dylan?
Thanks, John and Sydney. Yes, like I said, the coldest temperatures of the season will be coming up this weekend. As you can see, here we got the jet stream coming up right through the Midwest and areas of the Great Plains as well. This is expected to cover Friday through Sunday. Now, as we look at Friday today, it'll start right here in the Great Plains around Denver, regions of Omaha, and in Des Moines as well. Now, as we move on to Saturday, that jet stream will continue to move east as it goes into the Ohio Valley region and also areas closer to the East Coast and leaving the Midwest region. As we continue on to Sunday, finally, look at it up there in the Northeast. And up there in Boston, areas of Syracuse, Pittsburgh, and all over the East Coast, it's supposed to cover that region of the country more than even the Midwest. So watch out for Sunday if you live there. Now, as we look into how this will affect it with regards to snow, we got the snow outlook here. And obviously areas of the Northeast are, getting almost 2, maybe 3 feet of snow. But as we continue to look on through the going westward back into the heartland, central Iowa is expected to hit like 5 to 8 inches, and the Ohio Valley's got 8 to 12. So as it goes eastward, then that means more snow. So here in Iowa, we're only getting 5 to 8 inches, so nothing too crazy, but northeast, 2 to 3 feet, watch out. Now, as we look into the local forecast here today, we have a temperature of 21 degrees and cloudy skies. Now, as we move on to tonight, around 5 p.m., the snow showers will begin. Our temperature will be 25, but watch out, it'll feel like much colder with the wind and the snow coming down pretty hard tonight. Now, I was looking to the 5-day forecast for the weekend and beyond. Like I said, today we got some snow showers in the evening. Tomorrow, we only have a 20% chance of snow, so we're looking good, but our temperature does drop significantly. Our high is at 21 degrees, and our low is all the way down into the single digits. Yes, we have a low of 3 degrees tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies as well. Now, as we move on to Sunday, the temperature keeps getting lower. Our high is now at 13 degrees, and our low is at 1 degree, and the feels-like temperature will be in the negatives. Now, as we look at the skies that day, it'll be partly cloudy, and there won't be much snow, so we'll be good on Sunday with regards to snow. As our week starts on Monday, our temperature goes up a bit. We got a high of 23 degrees and a low in the high teens with cloudy skies as well. Finally, on Tuesday, I hate to say it, but the snow comes back. We have a 70% chance of snow showers throughout the day, and our high is in the low 20s, and our low should be in the single digits around 5 degrees. Well, that's all I got here in the weather studio for you guys, but make sure to please stay warm this weekend and watch out for the snow. Sydney and John, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Dylan. The Iowa City Women's March is happening on Saturday, January 19th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the downtown area. The march will start with a speech from State Representative Mary Masher from Iowa City, followed by Iowa City Councilor Mazir Salih. Then Johnson County Supervisor Rosalind Porter will round out the speeches. After the speakers are over, people attending the march will start in the pedestrian mall and walk along Clinton, Washington, and Lynn streets, and eventually end back on the pedestrian mall.
With the first week of classes almost done, we sent DITV reporter Jake Mayer out to interview students to see how the transition from winter break to classes is going. And for me personally, it's not going so great, but we'll see how the other students are doing.
The students are back, and I wanted to find out what some of them did over winter break.
Over break, I was lucky enough to be sick the entire time, and other than that, I just worked like 40 hours a week.
Over break, I worked a lot, hung out with friends, and hung out with my family a lot.
Over winter break, I spent a lot of time doing some activities with families. I went indoor skydiving with my family, so that was pretty fun, and I've also hung out with friends a fair bit.
I mostly worked at a movie theater and just kind of recharged my batteries after a very stressful finals week.
I did a lot of working. It was kind of uneventful.
With some winter breaks more exciting than others, I was interested to see how the first week back went for some of these students.
It was great. I'm really excited for all my classes.
My first week back, we mostly just went through the syllabus the first few days, and then we really got into a lot of readings in a lot of my classes. And it was like a huge transition from not waking up super early in the morning to having to wake up early for morning classes.
Pretty easy. I only have classes on Mondays and Wednesdays going into my second semester as a senior, so I tried to make it as easy as possible and now have a 4-day weekend to just kind of do whatever.
Some students have heavy class loads, some have light. We'll see how they feel when spring break rolls around, though. This is DITV reporter Jake Mayer.
While students are getting back into the swing of things, so are our men's and women's basketball teams.
That's right. We've got 2 games coming up on Sunday. I know obviously you guys have been missing out on Lucy's courtside show, so I'm not going to wait any longer. Let's toss it over to the sports studio.
Thanks, John. I missed you guys as much as you missed me, hopefully. So welcome to the first courtside show of the semester. I am your host, Lucy Rohden. Now, before we get to Iowa's matchup against Illinois, the women took on Michigan at home last night. Megan Gustafson simply was just doing Megan Gustafson things as she put home 21 points and grabbed 16 boards for the Hawks. Iowa took a 3-point lead into half but came out swinging in the third. They had a 10-0 run headlined by back-to-back threes, first from Mackenzie Meyer via lucky bounce, and another by Tania Davis, who strummed the chords of the net like she did with her air guitar for the best celebration of the night. And the Hawks, they never looked back. Hannah Stewart also had a nice game for herself as she worked the two-man game to perfection with Gustafson. She added 16 points to the Hawkeye total, making her the second leading scorer between both teams. However, Gustafson had a little fun of her own as she stepped out to knock down a rare 17-footer and maybe helped her improve her WNBA draft stock. Iowa took this one 75-61 and will be back in action on Sunday at Illinois. And the Iowa men's team has done their best impression of Bluder's bunch lately with sharp shooting of their own. Members of the team have always said that if they see Jordan Bohannon shoot the ball, they know it's going in, and Bohannon proved them right in their game at Penn State on Wednesday. The Hawks had a 1-point lead with 40 seconds on the clock in a tough road environment, and Jordan Bohannon drains the three all the way from Iowa City. You know what? We got to watch that one again. I mean, wow, Bohannon should be fine with this winter storm about to hit Iowa City since he clearly has ice water in his veins. But looking ahead, the Hawks will have a chance to pass their conference win total from last season when they take on Illinois and Sunday at Carver. But we may not see Tyler Cook in action. Cook went down with an ankle injury against Ohio State and did not play against the Nittany Lions on Wednesday. Coach McCaffrey said that Cook's injury was not nearly as bad as Luka Garza's from a few weeks ago, but right now Nicholas Baer is listed as the starter over Cook, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Fran give Tyler another day to rest on Sunday. And with the production we've seen from Garza and Ryan Kriener in Cook's absence, I don't think the Hawks will need him against the Illini. Kriener has scored in double figures 4 times in the past 5 games, and we saw Luka finally look like himself after his injury when he dropped 22 on Penn State on Wednesday. And it also helps that the Illini, they're in the bottom half of the Big Ten. They sit at 5-12 on the season, and they just snapped a 5-game losing streak this week against Minnesota. I think Iowa just has too much power and skill for Illinois to handle, but for Iowa to get this win, which they need, they'll need to be smart with the ball. Illinois ranks in the top 15 nationally in forced turnovers. But Illinois has yet to win a game on the road this year, and Iowa is hot off a 4-game winning streak, so I'm taking the Hawks in this one. But that's it for me in this special courtside edition of DITV. If you're planning on heading out to Carver on Sunday, be sure to wear white for the whiteout game and then tune back in on Tuesday for results from that game and more. John and Sydney, back to you guys.
In Australia, there is an old dog named Fletcher who has a daily routine of going to his local butcher and getting a treat. Butchers at the shop have been giving Fletcher bones for over 10 years, and his favorite type of bones are lamb. But if you give him a cow bone, he'll also be as happy as a boy can be.
His owners who had to ask the butcher to stop giving him bones, though, because he was getting too big. Fletcher is not a fan of chicken bones, though, because they are not big enough for his taste.
And in local news, we have another dog, which I wonder what kind of bones he prefers, but it's Friday, and that means it's time for the ICAC Animal of the Week. This is reserved for that one special animal at the Iowa City Animal Care and Adoption Center who is ready to meet their new family.
This week's furry friend is Spruce. Spruce is a 2-year-old pit bull who's a flower ready to blossom. Spruce can be a bit shy, and she prefers being introduced to new things slowly. With enough positive reinforcement and treats, she'll open up and come to be your best friend.
For more information about Spruce, check out the ICAC website. Call the phone number or go give him a visit, and he is quite the cutie, I must say.
You know, I'd have to agree, Sydney, obviously, but thank you for tuning in to this Friday morning edition of DITV.
Be sure to head over to dailyiowan.com for all your latest news every day of the week.
If that isn't enough of the Daily Iowan for you, be sure to check out our print edition of the news on stands now.
For DITV, I'm Sydney Zatz.
And I'm John Chenoweth. Have a great day, Iowa City.